The world of literature is one that must be preserved. Ancient texts from years ago documenting the day-to-day life often exposes profound and metaphorical meanings in our society. Not just then, but now as well. Even works of fiction are derived from the worlds and cultures around us and are littered with social commentary throughout. So it's important for not only history's sake, but also for the sake of the youth. Which is why it is immensely important that we teach and encourage children how to read and explore the literary compendium. So something like the Scholastic Book Fair is a very noble idea, and I think it's great that, the kids are more interested in the pencil toppers than the books. Okay. So yeah, not beating around the bush. The Scholastic Book Fair was an amazing part of your childhood because of anything other than the books. Well, like actual books. Because you did have those gimmicky books that everybody loved. The huge one being the Guinness World Record book. It was quite literally a huge book and came with an equally huge price tag. But you also had I Spy books, video game cheat code books, and then you usually had some kind of spy book that everybody wanted. Different from I Spy, mind you, like Secret Agent Spy. And nobody cared about the actual included book. Everybody just wanted the gadgets that came with it, like an invisible ink pen with a mini blacklight, or some shitty off-brand Ray-Bans. Hell, later on they just dropped the whole facade and got rid of the book aspect and started selling straight up spy kits. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here, because while the Scholastic Book Fair is a special time of the year, there's usually one special pit stop before the actual book fair itself. The equivalent of a tailgate before the book fair. And no one ever sees it coming. You're in class, sitting at your desk, and the teacher's passing out a piece of paper to everybody. You're sitting there in dread, thinking that it's probably homework of some kind, but then this lands on your desk. The Scholastic Catalog. Sure, in essence, the Scholastic Catalog is literally just the book fair on paper, meaning, screw all these books, I want the chemistry set. But there's a level of suspense that came with it all. Because once you place your order, well, rather by the grace of God, you somehow convinced your mom to write a check to get you something, you had to wait. For a while, too. I don't know how it goes now, with all this overnight shipping and drones, but when I was a kid, it seemed like months. That could be an over-exaggeration, or my memory is just slowly fading, but enough time would pass from me actually placing the order to me receiving the order that when the final date did come, it was a big surprise. Like coming to school and seeing a plastic bag on your desk, or your cubby if you had one. Ooh! Baby, it doesn't matter if I had a big test that day or recess got rained out, because Christmas came early for me because I got a handful of Goosebumps books and a special Goosebumps reading light. And while yes, I was an avid Goosebumps fan as a kid, I was more excited about the reading light because a reading light is cool. Kinda. Well, not really. You see, while a lot of the eye candy that really drew children to the book fair was this gimmicky pseudo toy stuff, they were all actually hot garbage. Like these fun looking erasers that actually sucked ass at erasing shit. And then you got these pencil toppers that are tight, but also you gotta take them off if you actually need to erase something. Once again, we're talking children here. They're dumb as bricks. They're gonna be erasing a lot of shit. Or maybe I'm just projecting here. But also, there are these bendy pencils that seem cool and fun, but they're impossible to write with. Even harder to sharpen. I swear to God, they only had lead in the very tip. So if you break that, then I'm sorry, but I guess it's time to throw it away. Scented pencils, scented markers, pens with 4 different colors in one, this sphere with 3 different highlighter colors, and this mushroom where the top was an eraser and the bottom was a pencil sharpener. It was actually really handy. The eraser portion was pretty decent, all things considered. But you may be noticing a theme here. A lot of these things have in-school applications. The quality is besides the point. But what matters is that these were meant to make school fun. Just make fun smaller and put these giant air quotes in there, and that's what I mean. I mean, a book fair can't get away with selling straight up toys. That would take away from the book aspect of book fair. But here's the thing, it's much easier to get a parent to buy you one of these than an actual toy, because at least one of these can be used in school. So what the fuck were the finger pointers for? And in another sense, school's boring for kids, so something as tame as a goofy little pencil topper confined within the setting of school seems like so much more than it truly is. Like, a pencil is boring, but if you boil it up al dente style, the kids are going to be over the moon for it. However, you drop that very same pencil in a toy store, and the kids ain't gonna care. Plus, elementary school kids are at that age where they just love stupid bullshit. I mean, Floam, carpet skates, glow crazy, moon shoes, all this shit sucked. And if you watch the commercials now, it's obvious that it sucks, but kids don't know that. They don't know any better. But they do grow up. There comes a day in every kid's life where the tacky, gimmicky bullshit no longer interests them. But hey, now they can appreciate the books though, right? Well, a majority of the books were aimed at an elementary school demographic, specifically 1st to maybe 3rd or 4th grade. Don't get me wrong, they had middle school level books, but they're all based in fantasy. It's like Scholastic knew that people that read in their leisure time in middle school were nerds who loved dragons. But yeah, in middle school we had book fairs and sadly no one really went to them. And then they just didn't exist in high school, because it's like, at that point just go to the bookstore. And I know I joked around about how people went for anything but the books, but also I can recognize that it did really encourage kids to read. Hell, the deal me and my mom had was that I could get one toy-like thing if I got a real book and actually read it. Now, is it sad that we can't really experience the Scholastic Book Fair as an adult? No. Not really. I mean, the adult Scholastic Book Fair is Barnes and Nobles. They literally have gimmicky bullshit near the checkout line as well.